there. Thanks for tuning into the program. I'm Connie Bryan, and you're watching The Connie Bryan Show. Well, let's be clear. This separating of little immigrant children from their families on the border and then tossing them into caged detention centers is just a new level of depraved, un-American, immoral behavior on the part of Make America White Again, Trump-supporting Republicans. I mean, even Dr. Evil right now is going, heartbreaking. It's some heartbreaking shit. As a matter of fact, for the first time, me and Mini-Me found ourselves crying along to the Rachel Maddow show. And I know karma's a bitch. I know we're going to take care of this with the midterms in November, but personally, I don't want to wait that long to hold these a-holes accountable for this shit. So here's what I propose. I say we grab our pitchforks and our torches, or at least our cell phones and our Bic lighters, march on Washington and see how they like it when we separate them from their sugar daddy lobbyists, huh? Let's toss them into some detention cages and see how they like it when we separate them from their 1% special interests that have been breastfeeding them. You like that? Yeah, thought you'd like that. Also, I think it's time that we all collectively took a knee, you know? I really do. I think it's time we go on YouTube, put on the national anthem, and all of us, we need to give a kneeling ovation to the Philadelphia Eagles football team, Super Bowl champions. Because did you hear about this recently? Practically the entire Philadelphia Eagles football team turned down Donald Trump's invitation to visit the White House. And you can't fault them. I know what they were thinking because I'd feel the same way. You're going to do that? You're going to go visit the White House? You at least want to be able to tell your friends that you shook hands with a genuine, real president. You know, not some fake New Jersey mob-connected TV reality show host. You know, that all they've done is turn the White House into a McDonald's dumpster fire for the last year and a half. And worse than that, you don't want to shake hands with a president who's got, you know, pussy-grabbing, greasy little finger-licking good KFC fingers that you're going to need to bring along a box of industrial strength handy wipes just to disinfect yourself afterward. I mean, it's... But let me give you another example. It'd be like, what honorable American right now would ever accept an invitation from Kanye West to attend his recent new album listening party? Did you hear about this? I'm talking about Kanye West, who recently did a bromance photo op, arm in arm with Donald Trump, in the lobby of Trump Tower. I'm talking about Kanye West, who recently announced to the entire world that 400 years of black slavery was a choice. Okay, so what honorable American, black or white, would ever accept an invitation to attend Kanye's recent new album listening party? I mean, it's the same thing. You're going to go to something like that. You want to at least be able to tell your friends you met a genuine African-American recording artist, not some sold-out token Donald Trump mini-me. And by the way, guess who did accept Kanye's invitation to attend, and not just to attend, but to host his recent new album listening party? You're not going to believe it. Chris Rock! I know I couldn't believe it when I heard it, but knowing what we know of Chris Rock, I'm sure that Chris accepted just so he could get some one-on-one time with Kanye, you know? Make sure Kanye was listening to him, you know? and I have a feeling it probably went something like this. I'm going to do my best Chris Rock for you here. All right, Kanye, are you listening to me? Are you listening? Because this is your last chance. Your last chance. You better detach your greasy lips from Donald Trump's orange ass and get to apologizing to all of America for being such a giant Nabisco Oreo. Or I'm gonna have to get to apologizing for you at my next HBO stand-up special. And if I have to apologize for you, I'm bringing new meaning to the expression just like in prison, bitch. Are you listening, Kanye? Because this will be your last listening party. When I'm through with you, ain't nobody gonna give a fox and friends what you have to say, Kanye. Are you listening to me? Bill Cosby, when he's 90 years old and he gets out of jail, he'll be selling more CDs than you at his chocolate jello pudding sorority sleepover parties. But you'll be lucky to sell a CD, whistling Dixie, singing Sweet Home Alabama in the White House Rose Garden for the fucking Ku Klux Klan. All right, thanks for tuning into the show. We got a great program for you tonight. A lot of good stuff coming up, so stick around, please. No channel, sir. Hey there, welcome to the program. I'm Connie Bryan and you're watching The Connie Bryan Show. Well, this is the part of the program that we always like to start off by welcoming all of our viewers in our growing national network. We've got 5 access centers in California and 5 outside the state. So first of all, we always want to welcome our Sacramento and our Davis viewers. So glad to have you with us. Also in the Bay Area, we want to welcome our Berkeley, California viewers. Thanks so much for tuning in. And in Southern California, we want to welcome our Santa Barbara and our Pasadena viewers. Thanks so much to all of you for watching the program. And like I said, outside of California, we want to welcome our Portland, Oregon viewers. Thank you very much for watching. Also, Denver, Colorado, Denver Open Media, thanks so much for tuning in. And Minneapolis, Minnesota, thank you so much for watching the show. Also, Washington, D.C. So hopefully we get maybe some politicians watching the show out there. Thank you so much for watching the program. And last but not least, we want to welcome our Salem, Massachusetts viewers. Thanks to all of you, and by the way, wherever you are watching worldwide on the web. So again, this is the Connie Bryan Show, and now this is the part of the show that we call Fun with the Newspaper, where I like to keep you caught up on some of the fun stories that I've been keeping track of in the newspaper. So let's get started, because we have a lot of... Oh, by the way, I also want to make a quick announcement. Keep your eyes peeled for an upcoming episode where I'm going to bring back some clips from my classic interview with my childhood idol, Jonathan Winters. So keep your eyes out for that in an upcoming episode soon. Jonathan Winters came on my program when I was doing the show back in Santa Barbara, and so we're going to call back to that in an upcoming episode. I think you're going to really enjoy that. All right, let's get started here. Take a look at this story. And this happened in Minneapolis, Minnesota, so our Minneapolis viewers should get a kick out of this. And this is entitled Commentator Embarrassed by Incident. It says conservative commentator Tomi Lahren says she is disheartened and embarrassed, but not broken, after a patron threw water on her at a Minneapolis restaurant. She told Fox and Friends she was eating Sunday brunch with her parents when a group of people thought it would be funny to throw water at her and chant profanities. Then, you guessed it, Donald Trump tweeted out on her behalf saying that she's truly an outstanding and respected young woman. She has nothing to be disheartened by. Well, except let's just say some witnesses of the incident tell me it's unfortunate that she won't be winning any wet t-shirt contests, if you know what I mean. All right, take a look at this story here. I thought was pretty interesting. And this is by Kayla Fitzgerald of the Sacramento Bee. And it says, own entire ghost town south of Yosemite for under $1 million. It says, Cerro Gordo, an abandoned ghost town outside of Lone Pine, was recently put up for sale for $925,000, less than an average home in San Francisco, according to travelandleisure.com. I'm sorry, but this is really just sad. This gentrification bullshit, and it's just spreading from the Bay Area. That's where it's coming from. I didn't think it could get any worse, but this story is showing how bad Bay Area gentrification has become. It was bad enough when it was just pushing out poor minorities, poor working class minorities, but now it's displacing the poor working class ghosts and spirits. And you hipsters, don't lie to us, okay? You hipsters are never going to want to let the ghosts haunt your precious Buffalo Wild Wings that you're going to want to bring to Cerro Gordo, or your Wyatt Earp and Billy the Kid microbreweries that you're going to want to bring to Cerro Gordo. So let's be honest here, okay? And it's a no-brainer that you're probably going to want 4 Starbucks in Little Cerro Gordo, right? I mean, one on every corner of the ghost town, one next to the old saloon, one next to the museum and gift shop, one next to the old church, and of course, there's going to have to be one inside the old general store because it will obviously have to be renovated into a giant Safeway. I suppose with Starbucks, with their new public bathroom policy that we've all heard about after they got into trouble for what appeared to be discriminating, I suppose Starbucks might let the poor ghosts haunt their restrooms for a little while. They might give them the code. I mean, after all, if you're gonna lose your shit over a ghost, a bathroom would be the ideal place to do it. But listen, you know that Uber ain't gonna be cool with spirits and ghosts riding along for free, you know, and fucking with their customers in the back seat of their retro electric hybrid stagecoaches that they're gonna bring to Cerro Gordo. You know they're gonna call Ghostbusters in a heartbeat, Uber. So, you know, this is just sad. It really is. All right, take a look at this story here. This is by Kayla Fitzgerald of the Sacramento Bee, entitled "Horses Trained by Inmates Offered for Adoption." The story begins saying that the wild horses have been captured, trained by convicts, and are now ready for adoption. So they had their freedom taken away, these horses. They were imprisoned in horse stalls, and then convicts were allowed to teach them skills. And now they will be up for adoption at this year's Western States Horse Expo at Sacramento's Cal Expo Center. The story goes on to say that people who wish to adopt a wild horse trained by the convicts have to sign a waiver that basically says, no refunds. If the horse tries to escape, we are not responsible. You don't get your money back. They were trained by convicts. What the F did you expect? But I do. I really like being tall. I do. I just get a little tired of the people coming up to me on the street also going, yo, Weird Al Yankovic, we love your music. It's not that funny. Speaking of which, I'd like to start off with my newest. Would you guys like to hear my newest parody? All right. This is my newest Lady Gaga parody of her big smash hit, Bad Romance. This is my version, Trump and Putin Bromance. Okay? I want your ugly orange disease. I want that hairpiece, rub it on me. Oh, caught in a Trump and a Putin bromance. Oh, and now the Republicans are shitting their pants. You gotta be freaking kidding me. How can this be really happening? How could anybody be dumb enough to even vote for such a piece of shit? Donald Trump is such a fake-haired fucking moron. Donald Trump is such a fake-haired. Donald Trump is such a fake-haired fucking moron. Donald Trump is such a fake-haired fucking moron. Show us your taxes. Oh, caught in a Trump and a Putin bromance. Oh, maybe it's time we all move to France. Hey there, what's your name?
I'm Jack.
Hey Jack. So are you local in Sacramento?
Yep.
And I understand you were here for the Trump Show Us Your Taxes event?
For a little bit of it, yeah.
Awesome. Tell me a few of your thoughts why you came today.
Well, I think it's important that he disclose his his financial situation so that we can have a little bit more trust in him and what he's doing.
Can we have any trust in him after all the other lies we've heard? This is just one more on the growing long list of greatest hits.
Yeah, that's...
This is like a greatest hit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Of lies of his.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean...
Yeah, it's just bewildering how he
It's bewildering.
Yeah, how he can... It's just a mind blower how it's how he's able to stay in power so far, and the people that support him, why they're supporting him, I just don't understand.
Despite things like this, I mean,
right? And
why would you hide your taxes unless you?
Yeah. I mean, he
clearly have something to hide.
Yeah, he's just not. He's not believable. He's not ethical. And I'm sure the reason that he doesn't want to show them is because a lot of that's going to come to light, I think, in his dealing.
Right now it's totally clear as a bell that our nation's freaking out the whole world. He's got his finger on the nuclear button while he's tweeting like a 12-year-old girl. You guys know the chorus. Donald Trump is such a fake-haired fucking moron. Donald Trump is such a fake-haired fucking moron. Steve Bannon's white trash. He's fucking Kellyanne. They're second cousins. Check it out on Ancestry. Caught in a Trump and a Putin romance. And now the Republicans are pooping their pants. Even people who are mentally challenged, at least they know they're smarter than him. I swear to God, he likes to talk about dating his daughter.
Right? Yeah.
But even Ivanka won't go out with him. One more time, everybody! Donald Trump is such a fake-haired fucking moron. Donald Trump is such a fake-haired fucking moron. Show us your taxes. Thank you! Take a look at this story by Benji Eagle of the Sacramento Bee about how Jillian, the San Francisco tiger, could not adjust to the Sacramento Zoo. This is a very interesting story. It says 5-year-old Jillian, a 213-pound Sumatran tiger, moved to Sacramento from the San Francisco Zoo back in March of 2017. And it says her problem was a familiar one for people who have moved from other cities, homesickness. But I think there was a little more to it than just homesickness, or maybe some things that explain the homesickness a little more. The article goes on to say Jillian was so depressed, a UC Davis animal biologist had to prescribe her antidepressants. So I got to thinking, just how did that counseling session go down between the two of them? Did Jillian jump up on his couch, and say, "I'm going crazy here in Sacramento, Doc. I can't get any sleep because the weasels and the meerkats and the reptiles are all holding Make America Great Again Trump rallies." I mean, look, I'd like to make America growl again, okay? But America is already great. Just like my great-grandfather Tony the Tiger always said, "America, you're great." But back in San Francisco, even the weasels and the snakes were progressive and socially conscious. Sure, they might not be hardcore vegans like me, like I've chosen to be. The weasels and the snakes might eat an occasional mouse back in San Francisco now and then, but at least they felt some remorse when they did. And that's not all, Doc. Here in Sacramento, they serve me water out of the tap. Dude, has nobody here in Sacramento heard of kale water? Surely somebody here in Sacramento's heard of Flint, Michigan? There's no water purifier. There's not even a cheap filter device. And I keep getting the runs really bad. It's not funny. And speaking of that, there's no organic grass seed in my litter box. It's just generic cat litter from Pets R Us. I can't shit in that shit. In San Francisco, my kitty litter box was all organic shaved pine and grass seed. Not only was it environmentally conscious and green sustainable, but my living space smelled fresh, like a grassy forest meadow after an afternoon rain. But this exhibit here, where I have to live in Sacramento, smells like Donald Trump's ass after he binges on 2 buckets of KFC, Doc. In San Francisco, I could ease into my mornings with a little Yanni, and piped in over the zoo intercom for me. I could do my tiger yoga. I do my own version, none of this downward-facing dog crap. I invented the upward-facing pussy, I'll have you know. But here in Sacramento, every morning some yahoo comes barging in wearing an NRA baseball cap, listening to freaking Hank Williams Jr. Doc, I left my heart in San Francisco, where the Berkeley students come and toss me their rad Humboldt County catnip. This crap they call catnip here is some kind of Bakersfield ragweed. You gotta get me out of here, Doc, or I swear to God, I'm gonna start my own Tiger Lives Matter chapter. We're gonna do more than make America growl again. Let me tell you, I can come off of my vegan diet for at least a few days. But the good news is she's back in San Francisco where she's gonna be happy. Connie Bryan, everybody! Thank you, Christian. I'm Connie Bryan, and I'm so excited to be here with you guys. What a great audience. I'd like to start off tonight with one of my newest song parodies for you guys. I'd like to do my Katy Perry parody for you of her big hit, Roar. Now this is Katy Perry if she had sleep apnea and an unsupportive boyfriend. Okay, sleep apnea and an unsupportive boyfriend. I used to plug my nose and hold my breath, afraid I'd wake you up and you'd get pissed, so I'd lay awake silently while you'd sleep so peacefully. I guess that I forgot I had a choice. I let you push me past the breaking point till it finally dawned on me. If you want to have sex with me, well, you had me down, but you can kiss my ass, cause I've had enough. I'm gonna get some rest. You hear my voice, you hear that sound, like thunder gonna shake the ground. Cause I got the eye of the tiger. Bullshit is over, cause I'm stealing the covers. You're gonna hear me snore. I'm never lying. I'm gonna sleep like a champion, and I better not hear no more bitching. If you want any action, then you're gonna hear me snore. Ladies and gentlemen, Jonathan Winters, thank you for coming on the program. I am so excited you're here in my studio. I don't know how I'm going to do this because...
Did you put this all together in therapy? Letterman, you don't even get this. You just got to look from him.
So I'm a step above that.
But you're a step above that. And this is, I didn't bargain to be this low, but I can understand it. And I'm not apologizing, and you don't have to apologize. I want to say this to your many fans, and say this to you directly, whether there's a camera back here or not. I watch you, and that's why I'm on the show. I knew there wasn't going to be a used Plymouth for me or something like that. Any rate, I said, I got to go on this show if the lady will have me on the show. Because a lot of people will say, and have, unfortunately, I don't know, you've had a lot of problems. And which I have. I don't lie, but I don't talk about them because other people
You've been
can
diagnosed bipolar.
Oh, yeah, I know, and I'm not. Believe me, I tell you, I was maybe at one time, but I'm really now, as within the last couple of years, polar. I tell you why. Because my wife and I went on a cruise, and we went around the Antarctic.
Right.
So I'm just polar. I haven't been to the Arctic.
So what advice would you give to people like myself trying to come up in the business? It's
the one thing I got to tell you, because it applies to everybody in here. It's not just show business. It applies to your whole way of life. It's a big word called rejection. Because people will say to you, Connie, Are your parents still alive? Go back to them. Well, what is this? What do you mean go back to them? I've been back there. They didn't think I was that funny. Or they laughed so much, they frightened me. You know what I mean? What do you mean go back? You can't go back.
All right. Hey there, young lady. What's your name?
Aline.
Aline?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Connie with The Connie Bryan Show. And what's your name?
Gabriel.
Hey, Gabriel. So did you guys have a reaction when you heard about Kanye's comments to TMZ about slavery being a choice?
Yeah, I did. I personally feel like, he's just being brainwashed and...
Brainwashed?
Yeah, it's just, we live in a society now where, being relevant is more important than actually saying the truth and actually being open with your people. So his comment is a really hurtful statement to the black community.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's just...
Just trying to get attention?
Yeah, I feel like it's a call out. I feel like he's in a really dark place right now.
Yeah.
Because how can you take a man who went from singing songs about, elevating black women, elevating, representing God and stuff like that, to a man who's saying slavery was a choice?
Right.
Like one of his rhymes was, he was talking about how the cocaine epidemic and like the drugs epidemic and how white people get paid for all of the,
Yeah.
all of the shit that black people go through.
Right.
They get the benefit
They
from it.
benefit from the oppression.
But now, you're in a time where he's like talking about, slavery was your choice, and being,
He's blaming the victim.
Yeah, he's blaming the victim. It's like, I just feel like he's just in a really dark place right now. So, me personally, I don't listen to Kanye that much often, but I do like some of his music and I do like some of his songs.
You like
and
some of it. How is it going to affect you going forward? Are you going to, be a supporter of his music after this?
Honestly, I don't give a Kanye, me personally, I feel like Kanye, he's making his money. He got to figure out a way to stay relevant. He got his fashion show. He got Kim Kardashian and other people like that, so he got to stay relevant.
Right.
So that's the main thing,
And how about you, young man?
I can't stand Kanye. Never was a fan of him, and I never thought about making comments on him, but I will on this one. And all I have to say about him is he's just stupid. That's not a good comment to make about
he needs to get
his
educated.
own race. I mean, these are your own people
Right.
that you're talking about. So, man, that's crazy.
He's got a responsibility to the people that look up to him not to be that stupid.
Yeah.
Because this is going to be your last listening party. When I'm through with you, ain't nobody going to give a Fox and Friends what you have to say. Bill Cosby, when he's 90 years old and gets out of jail, will be selling more CDs than you at his chocolate jello pudding sorority sleepover party.